Hey everyone! My name is Laura, and of course if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you read the title, which means you're here to hear my thoughts on Interactive Introverts, Dan and Phil's current world tour. I had the privilege of going to see the show last night in Toronto, and I just want to let you know before I get into things that this video will not contain any major spoilers from the show itself. I am going to talk about the show, but the video is mainly going to be more about my own thoughts and feelings regarding the show, not necessarily what went on. If you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, I'm not going to give anything away. So honestly, just to give a couple quick thoughts, I thought the show was amazing, of course. It was very funny, it was very entertaining. As a lot of you have probably seen, the sort of tagline, I guess, that they're using to advertise this tour is that Dan and Phil are giving the people what they want. Now, I would definitely say that they did a really great job of this. There are a lot of things that take place in the show that you probably will not have seen them do before. Another thing that Phil mentioned a lot throughout the show was that he really wanted people to feel sort of connected to them as people. And leaving the show, I definitely felt like they did an amazing job of that too. I did not go to the meet and greet, so I didn't meet them obviously. I just went for the show, and leaving, I definitely felt like even though I didn't have a chance to meet them personally, I felt a bigger connection with them than I did when I was walking in. A lot of that connection obviously does come from being physically close to them. The night before, Dan posted a photo on his Instagram story of him and Phil drinking Tim Hortons, which was just amazing. After seeing that photo, it really hit me that, you know, I am seeing the real Dan and Phil tomorrow. They're actually going to be right in front of me. The night before, I couldn't sleep because I was so excited, and I remember just going on Google Maps and looking at my location and, you know, zooming out a little bit to where I could see Toronto and just thinking, they are there right now, and I'm going there tomorrow, and we're gonna be in the same place. And that feeling is something that just gets bigger and more intense as you get closer. When we were in the car on the way to the show, they posted more photos on their Instagram stories of them in front of the CN Tower. And I remember looking up from my phone and looking out the front window of the car and seeing the CN Tower in the distance and just thinking, they are right over there right now. It's just a crazy thing to think about. And then of course you have going into the venue and it just all hits you that, you know, they're in the building right now that you are in. And anybody who's ever been to see one of their favorite bands, maybe been to YouTuber tours before, knows the exact feeling that I'm talking about right now. Unfortunately, I missed their first tour. I was on vacation when they came to Toronto last time for The Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire, which was disappointing, of course, not that the vacation wasn't awesome, but I was really glad that I had a chance to go see Interactive Introverts last night because it definitely made me feel like I finally got to experience what I missed out on last time. Obviously the two tours were very different. Both of them have changed a lot in sort of their branding and the type of videos that they make since then, but I definitely felt really satisfied leaving. One of the things that's really amazing is, you know, going into the venue, like I was saying, just how connected you feel to everybody else that's walking in and feeling the exact same way that you do. My friend and I who went together are both 18, so I definitely realized that, you know, we're probably some of the older members of their audience. We have both been watching them for about 7 years, and they do have a lot of younger people that watch their videos. But I think it's really amazing that, you know, in that room, you just feel such a connection with everybody because everybody's there for the exact same reason. Everybody's there to just see these two guys that they love and that they have been entertained by. But it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you're like as a person, it doesn't matter what your other interests are. You can just feel in the air how excited everybody is. And that personally made me so happy because it's like that feeling when you have an inside joke with your close friends, but instead it's an inside joke with those thousands of people that you're just sitting next to, and you've never met them before, you don't know anything about them. But you're all just laughing and having so much fun. Like, if you honestly think about it, where else in the entire world are you gonna go where you can have a couple thousand people all just completely erupting into hysterics because one person swears? Myself included. I literally screamed, like, at the top of my lungs, and I could not control it. It's funny because I remember when I was younger, I used to see videos and pictures of people like sobbing at concerts. I used to think that was just the craziest thing. I just didn't understand, like, why are they crying? They should be having so much fun, they should be so happy. But as I've gotten older and grown up a little bit and realized, you know, what it feels like to really love something, it's really easy to feel really overwhelmed in that situation. I found throughout the show it kind of kept hitting me over and over again that they were right in front of me, and obviously that should be something that's obvious. That's why you're there. You know, you're sitting there enjoying the show and you're laughing and you're having fun, and then it just kind of hits you all over again, like that is the real Dan and Phil right in front of me. And anybody who's ever been to a concert or anything like this knows that it feels overwhelming. Personally, I've been watching their videos since I was probably in grade 6, maybe like 11 or 12 years old. So this was like, in a way, a long time coming, and it was really satisfying to finally see, you know, these people that I've looked up to so long and been entertained by through a screen, just in real life, right in front of me, in the flesh. It's a really crazy experience. It did make me cry, which is weird because I honestly didn't expect to get so emotional, but looking back, I don't know how I expected that I wouldn't. And you know, I saw a lot of other people crying too, and in a way I wanted to just give them a hug because I just knew how they felt, you know what I mean? I knew that they were just feeling really overwhelmed and really happy because, you know, these two guys that we all love so much are right here. Honestly, at the end of the day, it just really makes me smile and really makes me, despite all of the stupid things that go on in the world, it just makes me happy that so many people can feel so connected by something as simple as two guys. And that goes for anything. That goes for books, movies, TV shows, music, anything. Even for a few hours, you kind of just forget the outside world. Everybody's there just having a great time. At the end of the day, I don't know if this video really has a point. I don't know what the takeaway is. It'll probably be different for everybody who watches it, but I just think that the way that I'm feeling and the things that I've been thinking about are something that a lot of you who have already been to Interactive Introverts can relate to. And I think that it doesn't even necessarily just have to be Interactive Introverts. It can be anything at all. If you have been to Interactive Introverts, I genuinely hope that you had a great time because I know that I did and my friend did. And for anybody who is going to see Interactive Introverts at some point in the rest of the tour, I hope that you have an amazing time. And honestly, I realize this video is really all over the place, but I think that it's just something that everybody can kind of understand, and I think that I needed somewhere to put all of these thoughts. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I don't know if I'll ever do anything like this again, but I'm glad that I did it, and I think it was fun. So if you did stick around this far into the video, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe I'll see you around another time. Bye!